Hey guys, this is Communications, and I thought, well, I wanted to take a short little break before I do the Superman reviews, so I thought I would do something that I haven't done in a while, which is a VHS DVD update. And this is definitely going to be multiple parts. I am not going to limit myself to 15 minutes. I have way too much stuff to show you guys, so anyway, but first off, I think I'll start off with some more miscellaneous items. First off, I'll tell you guys about one that I got that I need to pick up because I left it somewhere. I bought a movie poster of Alan Quartermain in Lost City of Gold. Yeah, the King Solomon's Mine sequel to Richard Chamberlain for $1, and I left it at an antique store, and I still haven't been able to get my butt down there and pick it up again. So hopefully by the time, probably sometime next week, because I'm busy this weekend with my choir concert. We're going to be singing the solo twice, so that's 4 solos, 4 times in 2 days. Well, we'll see what's going on, because I'm singing 2 different solos each day, so let's see. We'll see. I don't know. The good thing it's on the community college, choir. It's not I'm not getting paid. But anyway, I thought I'd do some miscellaneous items first, then I'll do a quick little unboxing, a gift from a good friend of mine. And first off, I'll show you this is a Laserdisc here. Now, as you can see, the sticker's still on here because it's the Value Village bullshit. Their stickers suck, and if I try to take it off, it'll probably rip the case, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not in the mood to do that. So, this is a movie called Cold Front. I never heard of it before until I saw this, and I was like, this sounds interesting. It was also, the color tag was green, so it was on sale. 2 tough cops follow a hitman's bloody trail. They're closing in on the killer. He's closing in on them. It stars Martin Sheen, Michael Ontican, Kim Coates, and Beverly D'Angelo. A quiet city is seized by terror when a high-level hitman goes berserk. Only streetwise federal agent John Hyde, played by Martin Sheen, and his partner Derek McKenzie, Michael Ontkian, can stop the killer before he strikes again. As they close in on him, he's closing in on Hyde's beautiful ex-wife, Beverly D'Angelo, and only one will survive as the action heats up to an explosive climax in Cold Front. And I was like, I've never heard of this movie before, ever. I mean, I'm like, sounds interesting, different idea, it's not super different, but it'd be interesting to see Martin Sheen in a sort of a cop thriller, so, yeah, that's Cold Front. It's the front. This is the front of Cold Front. This is the back of Cold Front. So that's it for the Laserdisc. I haven't found any others lately. That was a rare find. And here, I'm not going to this is a package I got from a good friend of mine. Matt, Rambo Afterlife, sent me something. So, gotta say, give my thanks. Thanks, Matt. He sent me Due Date because he had an extra copy and I didn't have the movie. So I was like, send it to me. This is the last movie I saw in the theater I used to work at in Oklahoma, was this movie. And I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I had a good time with it. It's not the... I don't know if I agree with Sean Edwards. Like, it's side-splitting rock and roll, roll in the aisle, can't stop laughing till it hurts funny. I don't know. I mean, it's funny, but it's mainly because of Robert Downey Jr. Because Zach Galifianakis is just really kind of annoying with this chick, and it just gets old. But this is definitely better than... This is directed by Todd Phillips, who would do The Hangover 2 and 3. And it's definitely better than Hangover 2. So... But I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember liking it. So I'm glad to have this. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for Due Date. I don't know when I'll get around to reviewing this. It's a comedy. I usually don't like to review comedies because it's hard to review a comedy. Like my friend, like Matt always says, what you find funny isn't, it's just basically the gist of a comedy is it's about what is funny. Is it funny or is it not? And that's it. And it's hard to make that come across in a review. And I went to a thrift store, not in a thrift store, I went to a garage sale today and got this for 25 cents. The novelization of Back to the Future. Now, I have another copy of this, but it doesn't have this cover. It has a still photo, and this is cooler, and I like this cover better, so... yeah, this is a really interesting sort of book. It's got a weird opening dealing with an atomic bomb. It's got a lot of weird stuff going on that is nothing that's really not in the movie. But George Geip is like that. He did that with the novel Gremlins. The guy is kind of out there. But anyway, that's Back to the Future. The recorder. And then I thought I'd show you, these comics that I picked up recently. The same thrift store where I left my poster at. I got a Predator comic. This is the first issue of the Predator comics that Dark Horse Comics started doing in the late 80s. This deals with a storyline dealing with Dutch's brother. So it's Detective Schaefer. He's a detective in New York. And the Predator arrives and wreaks some havoc, and it's up to Dutch's brother to take care of business. I don't know, maybe it's because they just couldn't get the rights to Arnold Schwarzenegger's likeness or something. I don't know, but it's kind of weird to know about some non-existent, unknown brother that we never even heard of at all for 1 second in Predator, who's now basically the main character of this series. I don't have the other 3 issues, but I would like to get them. But I mean, that's so cool. That's such a cool cover. Predator. So that's the first one. I got that for $1.50. These I got for $10, but this is 5 issues for basically $10. So this is Dark Horse's Aliens vs. Predator series. This is issue 0, and it's black and white, but it's issue 0. But it's still Aliens vs. Predator. Not Aliens vs. Penises like the goddamn movie would end up being. Then you have Alien vs. Predator issue 2. Some pretty cool artwork there. Issue 3. It's like the artwork just kept getting better and better as issues went along. This is actually issue 2, actually. Yeah. No, this is issue 2 because I'm counting 0. So this is issue 2. This is issue 3 of Aliens vs. Predator, the Dark Horse Comics series. And here's the final issue, which is my favorite bit of artwork. This, it's so frustrating that Fox bought the rights to this series by Dark Horse. And the story and everything you could ever want in an Alien vs. Predator movie is in these comics. But they had to fuck it up and completely ignore it and just make it about aliens and penises. Assholes. Just depressing. So then I'm going to start with the VHS. It's not a ton, but not like I'm doing like 3 stacks of them, but it's a decent amount. I got this at a little flea market while I was on the road somewhere on the weekend, like last week on Memorial Day weekend, the Road Warrior. So this is a special edition VHS of the Road Warrior. Got it for 25. I got it for 50 cents. I got it for $1, I think. Yeah, $1. It was 50 cents. It was 50 cents. For some reason, the features on this, which is a 5-minute, pretty much nothing little featurette from back in the day about the stunts, which was interesting though because a lot of the stunts in this were real, and a lot of people got fucked up doing stunts in this movie. And trailers for Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and The Road Warrior, and all new introduction by entertainment by Leonard Maltin, and that's it. And I guess the introduction by Leonard Maltin is on the Blu-ray that came out recently, but I don't know if the 5-minute little tiny featurette. The 5-minute featurette isn't even on the DVD of The Road Warrior. It's only on this. And the new Blu-ray that came out, the Mad Max set, no features in the Road Warrior. I don't understand this. This is Mad Max. This is the Road Warrior. This is the one that made Mad Max popular. This is the one that probably made Mel Gibson a popular, actor in the United States. Without the success of Road Warrior, we might not even know who the hell Mel Gibson is. as a society in America. So, yeah, because it wasn't called Mad Max 2 in the U.S. because Mad Max in the U.S. tanked. So, yeah. So, it's just sad. A special edition on VHS, but no special edition on DVD or Blu-ray. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I have another one which is equally bullshit right here. I cannot... This is so frustrating. That this movie... And I know I'm not the biggest fan of this movie, but I'm willing to give it another shot. I always remember enjoying it, but like I never really thought it was that great. But I don't know. I mean, I bought it because for one, it was 50 cents, and just because. Well, look at this. Last Action Hero. Widescreen VHS. There's something seriously wrong here. Okay? I don't have any problem with the widescreen VHS. That's pretty cool. But you know what the issue is? There's no widescreen DVD. There's a widescreen Blu-ray now, but if you don't own a Blu-ray player, you're shit out of luck in terms of what Last Action Hero, or unless you own a Laserdisc player. You know, I have a Laserdisc player, and I think I have Last Action Hero on Laserdisc. I think it came like with a bundle or something I bought a while back. But if I don't, I wouldn't mind picking it up in widescreen. Why was the DVD never released in widescreen? That makes no sense. None whatsoever. It was in widescreen on VHS? It's even lamer. Come on now. But I picked it up just because of 50 cents. It's in widescreen. And you just see this bullshit. It's in widescreen. And the DVD wasn't. The VHS was in widescreen and the DVD wasn't. I mean, that's ridiculous. So, that's that. I picked this up for really cheap. Addams Family Values. Now, the reason why I got it is because I bought the Addams Family recently on DVD, and I'll show it in the DVD part of this update. But this one's a solid sequel. I don't have it on DVD, and I don't have it on VHS over here in Oklahoma. Over here in Oklahoma, I'm not in Oklahoma right now. Oh man. We're here in Vancouver. So the Addams Family Values. It's a solid sequel. There's some issues. I got this Scorpions, To Russia with Love and Other Savage Amusements, VHS, which is basically like a documentary-sized concert with songs. Because I'm a huge Scorpions fan, and I'm like, you know, it's Scorpions. It was like 50 cents, and I'm a Scorpions fan. I love this band. It's awesome. So it's got like live performances of Blackout, and it's all like in Russia during when it was still the Cold War was still going on. So that's really interesting. And actually, this is a document of the first appearances in April 1988 of the major Western hard rock band to play before Soviet audiences. Yeah, they were the first. Yeah, this is the first time that Russians were able to actually see the Scorpions play live in any format, in any way. Because the only way that the Russians were able to listen to Scorpions music was for bootlegs before they officially came to Russia in 1988. So it's like a kind of a piece of history right here. Scorpions, Savage, To Russia with Love and Other Savage Amusements. Next one I got, this is a screening copy, but it works. A movie called Mutiny. And it's produced by Morgan Freeman. It's based on a true story. And the reason why I got it is because it's got Michael J. White in it in a dramatic role. And it concerns basically... it also has Dwayne Martin, who was in Scream 2. It's also got Joe Morton, who was in T2. David Ramsey was in Con Air. Matthew Glave, who was in The Wedding Singer. It's directed by Kevin Hooks. And the basic gist of the story is in 1944, a Victory ship exploded at the Port Chicago Navy base near San Francisco, killing 320 and wounding hundreds more. The victims were mostly untrained African-American sailors forced to do the dangerous and segregated job of loading live munitions. When the 50 of the shaking survivors refused to continue the hazardous duty without proper training and equipment, the most military trial in the nation's history began. The most explosive military trial, not the most military. The stunning outcome of the trial outraged millions, but their bravery forever changed the American military. And I was like, it's interesting to see Michael J. White in a dramatic role. So that's Mutiny.